What's going on, crows? Scarecrow here, back for another video, and we are once again diving into the world of Halo. But before we get into the topic, guys, comment down below, besides Halo, what is your favorite video game franchise? And bonus points if you can actually tell me which game in that franchise is your favorite. My answer will be in the comments as well. Alright guys, if you do not know, there has been speculation amongst the Halo community this past week that 343 is looking to hire a team for a new Halo spin-off. This speculation was fueled by a tweet made by Clobriel, I hope I pronounced that right, and the tweet said, 343 Industries is looking for a senior producer to work with our core services team to help develop a new project in the Halo universe. Honestly guys, the tweet is worded in a way that could mean a spin-off, but also could be hinting at the next title in the mainstream Halo series. It is common practice amongst gaming companies to begin production on the next installment while working on the current release. After stating that, let's pretend that it does mean a totally different spin-off, and let's take a look at what video game styles they could be taking a swing at. Full disclosure though, some of these are quite bizarre. Picture this. You're just a civilian with no UNSC training. You're being transported by Pelican to a new homestead in the early months of the Human Covenant War. As your destination fastly approaches, something smashed the side of the Pelican, sending it spiraling towards the ground. You awaken in the midst of the rubble, surrounded by lifeless bodies of your fellow passengers. But your family is missing. Shortly after stepping off of the Pelican, you can find the culprit for the crash, a pod. It would appear that you are alone on this island. As you begin to gather supplies, you start to notice that everything is not as it seems. Something is lurking in the shadows. You come to learn that this island is infested, and the pod that caused the crash was from the flood. It is up to you to find your family. It is up to you to overcome the flood. It is up to you to survive. With the release of Halo 3 and its Forge, fans have been introduced to a whole new world and a whole new set of game modes. One of the most popular custom modes is Race. In this spin-off, 343 has taken away all the boundaries and has embraced the fast life of racing. You play a civilian making his breakthrough into the racing circuit. You are noticed right away by how great you handle a hog. It is up to you to impress the sponsors and move your way up in leaderboards. All of the racing comes together in one ultimate final race that sets your name in history forever. Also, to make the protagonist sound even more relatable, he is not only racing for fame, but also to raise enough money to save his grandmother's house from foreclosure. No, I did not steal that from Happy Gilmore. Yes, I did. The final race will be interrupted by an armada of the Covenant as they make their debut on Earth. You play as Samuel, a big-hearted pirate with a taste for adventure. You and your son travel the world of Reach looking for lost treasure. Shortly after beginning the game, your son is kidnapped, but by whom is unknown to the player. It is up to you to figure out who took your child. Shortly into the game, Samuel and his son are reunited, and he explains to you that he was just off on his own, learning of a treasure that will reward the duo with enough money to retire. But he doesn't explain how he got this information. Little does the player know that this is not his child, but is a clone that was left by the people behind the Spartan experiments, and the story ends with the duo retiring and living in happiness until the clone comes of age and takes his life. This one is much lighter than the previous spin-off. In this game you play as a Spartan. You have served many years and have grown tired of fighting. You sneak off to the southern states to begin a life of solitude. You find a small town of less than 100 people and some land that is up for sale. While the land is cheap, it appears to have seen better days. It's up to you to get the farm up and running and the house in pristine shape before the third summer. It is during this summer that your friend from Oni tracks you down, and if you have your life in order and the other townspeople like you, your friend will leave you alone to live your life out in peace. You have worked for Oni in your entire adulthood, but they have become too corrupt. As you arrange a meeting for the news, Oni learns of your betrayal. They trick you into thinking the reporter wants you to meet them at an abandoned house, and yet while the house does appear to be slightly worn, it also appears to be a great location for the meet. Once the player is inside, he quickly realizes that he was tricked by Oni. The house is full of Covenant prisoners and deranged Spartans. All odds are against the player, but it's up to you to get out alive and shine light on Oni. Alright guys, all these games are like for the die-hard Halo fans, but we need one for the social gamers. A parody based around the life of a grunt. The game will be pretty basic, allowing 343 to continue their work on the mainstream Halo games, but will be made for a few hours of fun. You travel around a city with no cares, jumping on trampolines and talking trash to civilians. The game won't be story driven, but will have players trying to unlock achievements for higher scores. By unlocking certain achievements, you may also unlock exclusive in-game items in Halo Infinite, just like how we saw you unlock Recon in Halo 3 for doing ODST stuff. While the game won't push consoles, the price will match that of other indie games. Alright guys, so this one has a little bit of realism to it. While 343 has missed the opportunity to release Halo 3 Anniversary on its 10th anniversary, they will not pass on it again. If Halo Infinite keeps the idea of modern gameplay, 343 will once again partner with Raven Studios to bring Halo 3 to the next generation of console. Releasing in 2022, H3A will be absolutely stunning. With improved graphics and bullet detection, it will feel like the Halo 3 we always wanted. 343 will however tweak a few aspects of the campaign. They will remove player restriction during the Cortana overlay and just make it a cutscene or just make it a part of the player UI. Also, 343 will find a way to save Sergeant Johnson. While the player will still feel the sting of his loss, it will be revealed in the legendary ending that Locke was also on the Halo ring and saved him. This will be 343's attempt at redeeming Locke. The multiplayer will take a step away from the previous anniversaries and will opt to upgrade the graphics of the original Halo 3. The multiplayer will be as we remember it, but with added maps, armors, and new Forge mechanics. It will be the anniversary of a lifetime. Alright guys, if you are still with the video, comment down below what kind of spin-off do you want to see. But alright guys, I do believe this will be the perfect time to end the video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you can be one of the first to know exactly when we upload. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button as it helps us to know what videos you like to see. And like always guys, God bless and don't forget to wipe